Hey, you guys. I'm Gretchen Zellick from Donuts and Pie Fitness, and this is
Annie Gibbons, also from Donuts and Pie Fitness, and we are here to talk to Meredith today. Our business, Donuts and Pie Fitness, as you know, is about aging enthusiastically. And we find over and over again as we go through the nation, getting our experts lined up, that it's not just about food and exercise, although that's really important. It's about what you're putting in your life to change it so that when we age, it can be a mindset and a lifestyle that's going to be really fun. So this has been a fun adventure for Gretchen and I so that we can find the people that are going to give us their expertise and how they're helping in regard to this. So Meredith Ruff, right? She came to the Cape in 2015 and was boxing for her own health, and then got exposed to a program that helped people with Parkinson's. And as she was involved with this, she noticed there was 60 people in a waiting line for it. And so Meredith, being Meredith, decides, I need to start a business. Asked a really good friend of hers that's a trainer if she'd like to go in on this endeavor. And that was how long ago?
That was no October of 2017.
October 2017.
Yeah.
So huge. It's just amazing what she's providing. So I'm going to stop talking about Meredith so Meredith can talk about herself. Meredith Ruff, here we are.
Hi. So the program is Rock Steady Boxing. It's an amazing program, and I cannot take credit for it. Please don't give me credit for it. It was started, 13 or 14 years ago in Indianapolis. Is when it was founded. It's by a former Indianapolis prosecutor, and who was diagnosed with Parkinson's, and had a friend who was a boxer, and started doing drills with him, and his name is Scott Newman, and he just came to realize that his symptoms were lessening, especially his tremor. And that's where the name Rock Steady came from, is because he would put out his hand and he'd say, look, Rock Steady.
So is Rock Steady something that other people do? It's kind of it's like a franchise?
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's
or a model?
We're an affiliate of Rock
Okay.
Steady.
All right.
We're an affiliate
so
of
there are Rock Steady gyms throughout, or
there are
something
100 plus affiliates. There are 2 on Cape Cod. There are, I want to say, in 12 different countries now.
Wow.
So yeah, it's really grown over, like I said, 13, 14 years, something like that now. And it's a beautiful program. So you go and you're trained by them, and certified by the people who started the program. You learn about Parkinson's. You learn about, if you don't already know about boxing, they will teach you that. And then how the two marry and teach and help the people with the disease and bettering their lives.
Meredith, what is Parkinson's? Can you explain a little bit about what it is?
Sure. Parkinson's is a degenerative disease that affects the brain. Most people think of Parkinson's as a lack of dopamine. It's more than that. Dopamine allows us to make our body move. But even more so, Parkinson's doesn't allow us to use the dopamine that we have. So we have these neuroconnectors in our brain that dopamine's here, and we need it to get over here. And these connectors in the center, they're dying. So it can't take the dopamine we have and use it. What exercise does is it strengthens those neural connectors in the middle. That's the magic of exercise. Boxing in particular, because of the extra strain it puts on your brain. The neuro content of boxing, it's a puzzle. The numbers that you use, the different planes that your body has to move on, the complexity of it. You're not sitting on a bike and doing a repetitive movement over and over again. You're not running at a similar pace, and it's not repetitive. Boxing is different from second to second. medication, I guess I should kind of go there too. People think medication, or a lot of people think the medication is helping people with Parkinson's. Absolutely it is, but it's not actually reverting their symptoms or lessening their symptoms. It's masking the symptoms.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It almost sounds like it's your boxing is dealing with the neural pathways, like kind of sending new charges through. Yeah.
Exactly. So what we're doing with boxing, with Rock Steady Boxing, is we're actually holding on to those, the strength of those pathways, and so that they have a longevity, more longevity to them. Whereas with medicine, which is so necessary for Parkinson's, it's not doing the same thing. It's letting them live their day-to-day lives better, but it's not actually strengthening the connections. It's just masking it for a certain period of time.
It's the same thing as you're taking medication for the symptoms, not the causes. The exercise is dealing with the causes, which is so important in so many diseases.
Yes, ma'am.
Just in life.
Yes.
As a sidebar, my youngest brother has Parkinson's and has had it for a long time. And he described, without the medication, trying to get out of bed if it's not timed right. I was asking him, what does it feel like? And he said, it would be like if you had a really old wetsuit, the kind that are really, really old that don't move, that's 5 sizes too small. Mm-hmm. You have that on and you're trying to get out of bed and there's no way you can move. I mean, it really was a visual for me. Mm. And what he does, he's really interested in the boxing since I started talking to him when I saw, but he has been skating for years on a hockey team. Good. And so when you describe that as having to think all the time and get those neuroplasticity going, it just makes so much sense. We want
to confuse them.
Right.
It's so funny because during classes, and I'm sorry, I'm going to get off track.
But no, it's not off track. It's going on. That was my next question. What does a class look like?
Classes are so fun. People come in here and they think, gosh, I would never box, or I'm too old to box, or they have a million excuses, right? First day or 100th day, they'll do something that we ask them to do. We'll be in the middle of an exercise and they'll mess it up. And they'll say, oh my gosh, sorry, or I have to do that again, or I can't believe I did that. And I'll say, that's awesome. I confused you. You recognized it, which means something happened up there. Right. Something strengthened up there.
Yeah.
Something changed.
Yeah.
And then we did it again. Cool. Like that's such an important part. That's why
the interesting thing about boxing is, because I took an introductory boxing class, is it's not only mentally challenging, it's physically challenging. It's the hardest workout I ever did.
And it's the combination that's so fantastic for people with Parkinson's.
Yeah. And, we often talk about the mindset and the lifestyle. We have a interview where we talk about that. And the only way you can really change your lifestyle is to change your mindset. And that's what you're talking about. It's not just in disease. Mm-hmm. It's just, if somebody is aging, we're all aging, but if you're having trouble getting into something else, doing something different, stay out of the box, stay out of the normal, get uncomfortable, because that's the only way you can really grow and make progress, no matter what it is you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Tell us about, without any names, somebody that you're really excited about, where they came in and where they're at now.
Oh, sure. Gosh, there's so many people. I'll give you one example that applies to a lot of our clients. I think one of the most common things that we hear on the first or second day of class is, I'm never going to jump rope. Because
that's scary.
Boxers and jumping rope, that's a big part of boxing training, and we train like boxers. They are boxers. Yeah, they are. And that's, gosh, the number one complaint that we get. We've had people that say they haven't jumped rope in 10 years, 15 years, that they'll never do it. And sure enough, maybe a month or 2 months, maybe longer, you watch their feet lift up off the ground, both at the same time.
What does that do to their head and their emotion and what does it do?
It's a huge celebration in here.
Look at her face. Look at what she's doing for people. You can just see it.
That's a huge celebration in here. And then we have little prizes that we give out because it's a big deal. It's a big deal. I have little wind-up monkeys that jump rope, and they take them home, and they're never going to forget that moment. Right. It just makes them want to come back and overcome.
Makes me emotional.
Overcome something else.
Yeah.
What are you going to overcome the next day? You know, so that's I can't tell you how many times that's happened. And then another really specific example, we have a gentleman who came in, over a year ago. And I remember him walking in the first day, very, very hunched over, using his walker, and his wife helping him also. And learning his story, just his everyday life, what it was like. They had assistants in the home almost all the time and didn't go out very much when they did. He always was either in a wheelchair using walker, and that's fine. Anybody can come in here. It doesn't matter what level of mobility. Mm-hmm. That's one of the best things about Rock Steady. You're going to see results no matter if you're sitting, standing, using a walker, using a cane, or running laps around the gym. And I want to say it took about 4 months for him, but he no longer used the walker at that point, and hasn't used it since, except in rare occasions. But I think the biggest change was in the type of care that he needed, and it not only changed his life, but his wife. She can be at home with him and not have to worry about him getting up and moving 10 feet across the room. He can do that independently. She doesn't have to pay a caregiver to be there 24 hours a day, and she doesn't have to help him from one chair to the next or to the bathroom or to wherever. He can do it himself. So they have somebody, I think, 2 days a week to take him out and to come here and to do things out and about. But other than that, he takes care of himself, and they can live together again.
That is just amazing. Absolutely amazing.
And he doesn't use a wheelchair at all.
Wow.
That's incredible.
That is. So many people need to know about this. So I don't know. I was gonna ask you like what your example of aging enthusiastically would be, but I think you just gave it. I mean, you don't just change. You give people the tools to change their lives and their caretakers and everybody around them. It's just the most amazing thing. I mean, Meredith, I don't know what to say. It's just incredible.
It's a cool place to be. And like I said, I can't take credit for the program because I'm just happy to have come upon it and be able to take part in it.
But you should take credit in saying, I want to do this, and seeing the need and the niche and putting it all together.
There's such a need. There's such a need for it on Cape Cod. And I'll tell you this, the group of people that work here, who I've gathered, starting with Maggie, it was the two of us to start, and then each person we've taken on since then. We do Rock Steady boxing different than any other Rock Steady boxing.
And you mentioned something about it's not just that, you've made a community out of it.
It's
a family.
We are a family here.
How many people do you have in a class right now?
Classes will range from, it depends the time of day and time of year. Once again, Cape Cod. We can have anywhere from maybe 4 or 5 to 20. Over the summer, our population doubles. So,
and they're getting a new building because they've grown so quickly.
Wow, that's great. There's definitely a need.
There is, and it's so wonderful. But everyone walks in here with the biggest smile on their face, and they make us just as happy as as we try to make them. Mm-hmm. And that's the whole point.
So this is called Forte Fitness Center.
Yes, ma'am.
And I love this tagline. I actually didn't look at this card until I came here today. And then I was like, wow. And it says, play louder, be stronger, find your forte. I mean, God.
It all started
That's
with my
great.
music mentor.
And her, yeah, so she had a music mentor,
Yeah, still do.
still do.
He was diagnosed with Parkinson's shortly after I finished student teaching with him.
And what's the forte connection then?
So forte means strong,
Right.
in music.
Right, okay,
So strong,
right.
play louder.
What
It's just a
instrument do you
play
play?
on words? Saxophone.
Saxophone. Ooh, if
Yeah.
I'd known that, I would have had to bring it.
Ah,
Annie,
Yeah.
we'll include a link to Forte Fitness as well as to the incredible boxing. So we'll.
Yeah, so when this
Oh,
goes out, yeah,
on-
yeah,
like
we'll connect you.
our website is fortefitnesscenter.com and rocksteadyboxing.org.
Yep.
Great.
So when this gets out there, we will connect you with that. So anybody watching us will connect with you.
There are
and
Rock Steady Boxings
everywhere.
everywhere. They're all different because the affiliation,
Right.
the affiliates can really take it and to where they want it to be. Like I said, we're
You
just
made it really
kind of
unique.
crazy and
Yeah.
silly here, but
That's great.
there's so many people helping
That's
others,
great.
and it's great. Yeah.
All right, Meredith, thank you so much. It
It's
was
my
really great to get
pleasure.
over here and see this beautiful facility.
Thank
Can't wait to
you.
see the next one.
Yeah.
I can't wait to come in and see it. Thank you so much.
This weekend?
Yes.
Okay.
Thursday night.
All right. We'll
Yay.
see you tomorrow.
Bye,
All right.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.